Brett, what do you have for the omnivore?
Trump's one-time biggest fan has turned against him, and every garbage person in MAGA land is losing their minds. Here is what started it all.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach Director for Texas Gun Rights. A lot of people are upset that I said I'm going to be writing in Ron Paul for President of the United States. And that is true. I will be writing in Ron Paul. Unfortunately, Donald Trump had bad advisors making him bad on the Second Amendment, and that is my issue. If you cannot be completely uncompromisable on the Second Amendment, I will not vote for you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no takebacks.
That's right. Me and my fellow sunglasses on the hat. Well, that didn't last very long. Idol Kyle Rittenhouse has turned against Donald Trump. He's writing in Ron Paul. Yes, Ron Paul, not Rand Paul. He gets beaten up by his neighbors, the wuss. Ron Paul, the 88-year-old father of Rand Paul and godfather of every 19-year-old who just found out what a libertarian is. That's who he's writing in instead of Donald Trump, whom he used to love. This is amazing. It's hilarious. And everybody in the comments is losing their minds. Here's a tweet from a guy named K. Wade. He says, Kyle just showed he's 20-something and lives in the same overly simplistic world of all 20-somethings. I'd hope his experiences would have had him ahead of his peers in seeing how complex the world is, but I guess not, says K. Wade. I love this. Everybody's a purist until someone out purists them and then they lose their mind like this is the first time this has ever happened. I'm going to list for you all the reasons that Kyle Rittenhouse does not like Donald Trump for his gun stances, and it's going to be amazing. But first, this is never a good sign about how bad this rift is in Magistan. Catturd is trending. When Catturd is trending in the world of politics, A, it means it's only like 500 people, but B, it means it's a big deal. Catturd tweeted, bye forever. I can stomach a lot of things, but backstabbing millions who supported you at your lowest point, then turning on Trump right after he got shot, can't stomach it, won't put up with it, forgotten forever, and then shows that Catturd has blocked him. By the way, I'm sorry, if your name's Catturd and you're throwing up, like that just means you're a cat. They throw up all the time. That just means you're a cat. I'm not a cat.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
Jesse James, not that one, says, I could care less how Kyle votes this November, but him using his platform of 1.2 million followers to try to influence other people not to vote for Trump is sickening. It is a betrayal to this country and to everyone that donated to him when he needed us. Oh my God, they're so mad. And then someone in the replies to that named Big Mike Schlong wrote, probably threatened to send him back to trial. Something that didn't happen, but is particularly real. And I don't know if you saw that, just like to give you an idea, Big Mike Schlong's avatar is it looks like it's I stand with Ukraine, but it's a photo of Michelle Obama that says I stand to urinate. These are the people that are losing their minds. The worst of the worst of the worst. And I am absolutely here for it. For those of you who do want to know why, Trump apparently, someone who is horrible when it comes to gun control, is apparently not horrible enough. Someone who was accused of inspiring Kyle to turn against Trump, Dudley Brown, tweeted this. He's like, he can't believe he did something so horrible as to ban bump stocks. And he signed the Fix Nix legislation to essentially slightly improve the means by which we communicate whether a person who's a psychopath wants to buy a gun, and other things that are totally reasonable and like below the base level of what every human being, what the average human being in America would think when you ask him the question as to whether that should be a law or not. They would say yes. But I love it. There's so much going on in Trump Town.
The conflict is very funny. He can support whoever he wants. He has a reason. He's doing it for policy. I mean, it's pointless. This vote is utterly wasted because then Ron Paul's never going to become president. But He can do that. That's totally fine. It's just the rage they feel. And I know you posted a tweet about this, that like Catturd a few years back was like, the left freaking out about Kyle Rittenhouse. Like if enjoying that was an Olympic sport, I'd get a gold medal. And here he is, just his day is ruined because one random 19-year-old isn't voting for Trump or whatever. So that thought, I have a couple others. One, I know it's a stereotype, but you have Jesse James and you have Kay Wade. Why do they have to have their sunglasses on in their profile photo?
You have to.
Why can't you show your eyes? It's a photo of you. Why do you have to have the sunglasses on?
Because the government's gonna find out about it, buddy. The government's gonna find out about it.
Facial recognition.
Also, I'm always moving so fast in the sun. I don't do glare. I don't know. I bought these glasses on TV because it said I could see the world in HD.
And you don't have to take your profile photo sitting in the driver's seat of your car. Like there are other places that exist in the world.
No,
but anyway, the final point I want to make.
Do the coolest stuff all the time. Doesn't stop me from doing the coolest stuff all the time.
Kyle Rittenhouse is of course entitled to vote for whoever he wants. And I really don't care because I don't care what happens to him for the rest of his life. But I do like the final thing that he says in that. He's like, here's my reasons. And I'm like, I'm smart. I have a thought. And then he's like, he said, I support my decision, which presumably it's your decision. You decided it. If
Unless he rues the
why
day,
would you
John.
decide it? It's such a weird thing to say. And then he says, and I have no take backs because I'm tough and I don't change my mind. What are you talking about? You supported Trump and now you're supporting Ron Paul. You clearly have take backs.
But John,
this is the product of one of them.
But he already touched blue to make it true, John.
You already took a back.
No,
you don't have any more take backs? He has no more take backs to give.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.